It is definitely time to replace two of my definitely the worst Poecilotheria enclosures that I have. I'm talking about these two. Here is Poecilotheria regalis, here is Poecilotheria vittata. Hopefully this girl is paired. Hopefully in a few months we will have babies, so definitely we need to make some better home for her. And just looking at this enclosure, it is terrible. I already have glass enclosures, you see these two behind. All I need is top lid, front doors, and this part. You see this part is lacking, this and this. These are actually identical enclosures, and I have this and this, so 4 in total to finish. This front glass, I have them here, they are ready, they just need to be siliconed. And regarding top lids, I have the materials to make them, and front lids I will just order them from the place where I'm getting the plexiglass stuff. So now the first thing that we need to do backgrounds. I have the styrofoam sheets here prepared, so we will take 2 of these, they are cut to size. We will carve them, cover them with the silicone, and then add the substrate on them, so they will look all nice and natural. First I'm going outside to cut the styrofoam, because that can be messy and it's easier to clean the mess when I make it outside. Scalpel, that's all you need for this. I just randomly cut. You just want to add a certain depth to your background. You don't need to overthink it. You maybe can have a certain goal to make a certain shape, but I don't have that. I just randomly cut until I'm satisfied with how it looks. Now if you're wondering why I have this, a blowtorch, or how is it called, I will show you now. Makes the surface be more smoother and yeah, makes it a little bit better. That would be it. Let's go back inside. For this next step, all you need is dry substrate, whatever type you prefer. You can use cocoa fiber. Here I use potting soil. Just make sure it is completely dry. Then you will need black silicone. You can also use transparent silicone, but black silicone is much better because it will cover everything much better, and it is just better. So you will need this, and you will need gloves to protect your hands, because you will using them to smear the silicone across the surface of the background. Let's start with it. And now just smear. And don't do this mistake that I just did. Don't apply silicone to the entire surface, because you want to have a part to be clean so you can hold it better and more easier, but I forgot about it. The smearing is done. Now we need to add the substrate. This is it. Now they need to cure, so one time done, the background should be dry now. Remove all the excess substrate that we don't need, and now I'm going to silicone them to the actual background of the terrarium. Just apply a thin layer of silicone. There is nothing special to it, and put the background in just like that. Look how perfectly they fit. You see, it looks really nice. Now we will also need to do a background for this terrarium, but that is going to be something for another video. Now we need to silicone the front panel here and here that holds the substrate. I have them right here. Let me just remove all that stuff that I don't need. 1, oops, and 2. They're just going like this and this. So also thin layer of silicone, and let's do it. Everything is done. Next step is guiders, top lid, front lid, I mean doors. But first this needs to dry. Like a week and a half passed since that last clip, and in the meantime I got a bit sick. I don't have like a temperature, but my nose, there is basically a waterfall inside of my nose, and my throat, it's like I have a couple of box cutters inside and they are just cutting all the time. So therefore I brought a piece of toilet paper because I definitely need it, and I have a warm tea here because it is time to finish these two. In the meantime I actually finished this one enclosure. Well, not completely finished, but you see I added the door, I siliconed these guiders. These are 3D printed guiders, so I can just slide in the top lids that are here. But first we need to add the substrate and... ooh, that sound. First we need to add the substrate and all that stuff. But I also added the drainage layer, you see. Here I have some plants. These are doors for this enclosure. Also top lid for both enclosures. This is for a second drainage layer. Here are the clay balls for the drainage layer. We have substrate ready, we have dry leaves and all other stuff, and also two enclosures. And we have Mitza down there. So let's now finish this enclosure, and then we will add the substrate and all the stuff in both of them. First, the door. These door pieces are cut with laser CNC, and we will glue the hinges here and here. These are acrylic hinges, and I'm using this glue to glue them. It is the only glue that I found that actually manages to connect glass with the plexiglass. The bond is not 100% strong, but it works. And it is better than nothing. And the glue is activated with UV light. That's why I have UV light lamps. Oh, my nose. My nose will kill me. I really apologize for this, but this is the only way to record the video, unfortunately. Now we need to glue this to the actual enclosure. Now to add the second door. Also, this is not the instructional video on how to do this enclosure, so that's why I'm not going into some great details. But you can get a basic idea of how I'm doing things. Okay, we are done with the door setup. You see, everything works. Now we need to add the magnet. So the magnet also, same thing. Glue and stuff. Before we start with rehousing tarantulas, I need to get Mitza outside. Get there. I'll just move this. I need to take tarantula outside of the enclosure because I want to use their current core bark and put it inside of new enclosure. So therefore they need to go out before I start setting up the enclosure. This will be fun. I'm going to start with Poecilotheria regalis. She should be huge because if you remember when I got her, she was already really big, and now in the meantime she molted once, so let's see how big she is. This can definitely be interesting. How are you doing? Oh my, put that here, put it like that, and now let's see the fun. Oh my god, look how big she is. Holy crap! Can I close this? Oh yes! I definitely want to get her outside, maybe on the floor, and just try to measure her leg span. But first let's set up her enclosure. Then we will play around. Bad camera! Bad camera! Okay, now let's do this. First we need a lot of substrate. Let's figure out where we will put the cork bark. Something like that. I feel like a drainage layer is a bit too thick, but we will manage it. I have two types of plants. First is this palmy looking thing. I will take a half of this and I'll just add it to the back. I will also add these, like two pieces. One piece here behind, like that, and one piece here on front. There, sweet. I have these few tiny rope pieces. We'll see if they will manage. Sweet. Now you know what we need. We need some leaf litter. Now we need the cleanup crew, the tiny springtails. These guys, you see them? And the enclosure is ready. Ta-da! How do you like that? Before we add the tarantula, I will actually put her on the table and try to comb her enough so we can, I don't know, measure her and get some close-ups. We are hoping for not a too bolty tarantula. I will try to, like, I don't know, calm her down a bit. Some tarantula species will start to bolt at first, and then after a few moments, few brief bolts, they will actually calm down a bit. So hopefully that will happen here. Okay? The reaction is not bad. The reaction is not bad. Okay. She's doing her short bolts. It is looking good so far. I just want her to start moving like slowly. This isn't working as I planned. Oh. She actually went inside of the enclosure, damn. That wasn't the initial plan. I kinda failed at this. The battery died on the other camera. Ooh, if she only stops here. Ooh, that would be excellent. I need some light here. Because I can actually measure her here. This is like perfect. Very nice. Let me get the measuring thingy. How to do that without disturbing her? When I put it like this, exactly 17 centimeters. Sweet. Now we know how big she is. Awesome stuff. And look here on top, oh my god, we actually have a house spider. And you see, a lot of baby moths are up there. Crazy, but I don't see any babies. I guess they left the building. This spider is distressed. He doesn't like what is happening. Oh my god. There. Okay. Slow, steady, steady. There, now. Oh, finally. This was a harder test than I imagined. Close it while she is still inside and get some nice shots. And there we go. I think she had a stroll of her life. And hopefully this will be her permanent enclosure. You know, if you go a bit further, you will find an entrance to your old hide. And you will feel like at home immediately. Okay, let's leave her alone now and set up the second enclosure. So we will do completely the same thing, but first we need to get the Poecilotheria vittata outside of her enclosure, and I don't know if I'm up for another strolling across my table. That was a bit nerve-wracking, but it would be nice to find out how exactly big she is. That would definitely be nice. Let's see if she will bolt out. I can see some legs. She doesn't want to leave the cork bark. Oh, oh, beauty. Up. Why this needs to be so hard? I definitely need a different setup for these kinds of things, and doing it on the floor would be so much simpler. I will think about it for next video of this type. There, all nice, and slowly here. And now, no, don't go on top. Can you just... Thank you.
But this is kind of pointless because she's not fully stretched. But I like these slow strolls. Look how sweet. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, is she pooping? What are you doing? Yep, definitely pooping. I know that avicularias will poop in defense. They will actually spray it a bit. But what? This was weird. It's time to stop with this. We will put you here, and now we will make your enclosure so you can have your peace. Because this video is slowly going out of control. So just quickly, same thing, but first we need to do the drainage layer a bit narrower. This time I will put the cork bark on the other part of the enclosure, and the same plants. This is actually kinda in the way. I think it would be the best to remove it. Yeah, I'll just break it. I think that this looks nice. So just some leaf litter. I think we are set. Just top lid to close it off, and we can move the tarantula inside. Okay girl, one final move. And then you will be off to doing your stuff. Just go on top. Yeah, there you are. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. In you go. Now stay there. Let's close it and finish this video. Oof, stressful. Now here we go, both enclosures are looking decent, and these big girls finally have homes that they deserve. Now we hope that in a month or two this Poecilotheria vittata will actually drop an egg sac, and hopefully sometimes in the future we will get the boy for this Poecilotheria regalis girl and we will parry them. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday, so see you again soon. Bye!